The UFO phenomenon has exploded in recent years, with an uptick in sightings and footage coming in almost daily at this point. Even the government has started looking into UFOs and talking about non-human intelligence and HI. So for this Throwback Thursday, we're not just going to go look at any old UFOs from the past. We're specifically looking at insane sightings that either went overlooked or we moved on from too quickly because we're so excited for the next new thing, including a UFO that nearly hits a commercial plane and several UFOs that look like they're about to land right here on Earth. Y'all, these sightings are absolutely fascinating and some of the best UFO sightings out there. So smash like and enjoy.
UFO sightings are ramping up again. There's even an alleged case of interdimensional beings being caught on camera. So I'm excited to bring you guys some of the most recent and strangest anomalies in the sky. And today we're starting with one from a commercial aircraft. There was a alleged cigar-shaped UFO that narrowly missed American airline flight 2292 over New Mexico. You can clearly see that it is a cigar shape, and it does seem to zip right by the plane. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. Now that is an absolutely wild capture to me. Some people claim that it could be the air pressure hole on the window. However, if you go back and check the video out, you'll see that the windowsill is visible. And in my opinion, they don't pan their camera in a way that would make the air hole go by so quickly and at that angle. Like, take a look at the video. They don't pan quickly enough for how that cylinder-shaped UFO passes by, in my opinion. And if I'm not mistaken, that flight was for February 15th of 2025. Now, the New Jersey UFO drone UAP situation seems to be back, with Scott C. Waring sharing this UFO clip from February 13th, 2025 over Brunswick, New Jersey. Check it out.
Storm, come here.
Now, although it's just some dots in the sky, I do trust Scott C. Waring to bring out his flight radar and like a sky guide to make sure they're not stars or plane. And I do trust his word as he's been doing this for so long. This next one from Sandy_0685 happened in Florida on February 15th of 2025. What you're going to see is a strange disc-shaped object, almost with like a conish top or a almost dome with a little bulb. It's very strange. It's flying around in the sky. No one knows what it is. Smash like and check it out.
So freaky. Is your phone picking it up?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Is it one of yours? I can't see. That is weird AF. Huh. Where'd it go? It's there. It's on the other side. Fuck.
Now, one thing I find interesting about that clip is that it does seem to wobble a little bit. However, the person recording was zooming in and out So I can't tell if it was an effect of their zoom, maybe it was a digital zoom, or if the craft was actually wobbling. But it was peculiar, and it definitely was disc-shaped. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But it gets even stranger and even a bit romantic. See, this next sighting actually occurred on Valentine's Day, and it showcases multiple red, blue, and green UAP over the San Francisco Bay Area. What's really strange is that you see the orbs and they tend to flash red, but the little blue orbs seem to either be coming out or going into them. I don't really know what's going on in the video. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. Now that could have been some type of like maybe a drone show for Valentine's Day, but I don't understand what the coordination or the choreography was. Like there wasn't a shape. That was not a heart shape in the sky. I don't know. I don't know what was happening in that video. And if it was a drone show, I'm sorry y'all. But for Valentine's Day, that sucks. Next, we have a very strange clip. Instead of a traditional UFO, as we're used to, a craft in the sky, this person claims that they captured interdimensional beings on their security camera. Now, I want you to check out this footage. Whatever is being captured does look very strange. And some people have come up with some practical explanations for it. But I'm not so sure it fits. I'll let you check it out first, then we'll chat about that. Isn't that weird? And some people are saying that it could be the low light and the camera lag having like a weird effect on a person walking by. And don't get me wrong, I can definitely see that. But I was looking through this video and I was doing like a frame by frame. And at one point, when it captured like one of the still, it looked like the foot part was like a claw of some sort. And then just the way that what would I guess be considered the head or the face is so prominent and light. I mean, it could be, but the leg thing freaks me out. I don't know. I want to hear your opinions on that in the comments below. Our next UFO clip is a little bit longer, and it comes from user CNAIK1987, who was doing their normal Skywatch February 15th I believe it was around 8 p.m., 8:49 p.m. And they noticed a strange flashing light in the sky. And they were fixated on it because they thought it was weird. They brought up apps. It wasn't a plane or a satellite, so he couldn't figure out what it was. What he didn't notice until after, when he went home and started going over the footage, was that as he's trying to focus on this flashing light, there are other, what would seem at first to be stars in the sky. Then they start moving together. You see like two of them moving as a pair, then seemingly three, and it gets really weird. It cuts off a little bit from that anomaly because he didn't see that, and he was still focused on the flash. But it does showcase them again. And another thing that happens, it's very strange, is these particles, almost like snowflakes or flurries, start floating around in front of the camera. However, as you'll see, because you can see the stars, the UFO, and the flashing light, it is a clear sky. And it was 60 degrees in Austin, Texas. And as far as the submitter was concerned, it wasn't snowing at 8:49 p.m. So he also doesn't know what those strange particles were. This is a very weird video, and there's a lot going on, but I really need you to focus on those lights that look like stars and start moving around in the sky. Take a look. And I love that clip again because the person recording was not even aware of the anomalous activity with those three lights in the beginning. They noticed the delta formation at the end, and they noticed the flashing on the beginning. So they focus on the flashing Again, not even attempting to capture it, and they still captured that extra anomaly on top of everything that was going on. Those were not satellites. Satellites cannot chase each other like that in the sky. Those were too high up to be planes. They looked like stars, and they were not moving like traditional craft because they were making strange swerves. Maybe the third light that was going straight up as they were moving around was a satellite or something else, but it looked like it was stationary when he started recording. And what else I loved about the video, or the other thing I loved about the video, is that you could tell it wasn't his camera moving that caused this, because you could still see the stars and the flashing lights relative to the position of the actual moving objects. So you could tell that they actually were moving across the sky. That is, in my opinion, one of the greatest captures we've had in a long time, and I am so grateful for that video. It's so freaking cool. We are getting more and more clear UFO sightings coming in every single day. We're seeing flying discs, orbs, metallic spheres, you name it. They're all over the skies, and they have no explanation. And with the advancement in technology like our smartphones and our better cameras, we're getting better and better shots of whatever it is that is flying around over our heads. And I'm excited to share some clear and interesting UFO clips that have surfaced on the internet, starting with an incredible capture from Proyectos Telares. This is in Jalisco, Mexico. They captured this UFO with a high zoom camera, and throughout the video you can hear them having conversation about what they're seeing on the camera and kind of slightly freaking out. They were like, it doesn't look like a regular star or a plane. At one point, one of them mentions that it looks like it's descending a little bit. At first, I thought something was a little off because the light's also right in front of them, and they could be messing with the ISO, until one of them zooms out and you can see that what's being captured on the camera is this further object, and then of course further their conversation and semi freak out also assures me that that's what they're looking at, because they're like, that thing looks like it's descending and it doesn't look normal, it looks like a flying saucer. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Check this out.
Que luego vimos
Mira,
esa, que
ya
está allá, y
parpadeó.
aquella pues no se ve, nomás se ve como luz, pero esa sí agarró
Este,
forma
este
de
sí es.
algo.
Es como una puta nave, ¿no?
Sí, es como una nave. Y ya está como inclinada. Estaba como así, yo veo.
Ahorita bajadas tú, ¿no? Estaba
Como
más
hasta arriba,
Sí, está bajando, ¿no?
como a la altura del poste, pero acá,
Ah,
acá el
ándale,
poste,
sí.
pues, pero acá
No manches. Yo me voy. No, si no te pases de lanza.
Se prendió la
No,
luz
no,
y
ya
la
me dio
pedales,
miedo.
¿verdad?
Sí.
That was incredible. Now, was it actually an extraterrestrial craft, or was it one of our governments holding some weird experiment? Because they did say that it looked like it was starting to descend. So where was it descending to? Where did it land, if it did? I want more information on this UFO. Next, Wixie the UFO blog posted another incredible UFO sighting, this time capturing a metallic sphere just drifting across the desert. Strangely, no one seems to know what it is, where it came from, or what's going on. And the more I see these metallic sphere UFOs, the more questions I have. So I want your answer in the comments below. Do you think that the spherical UFO actually have extraterrestrials in them, or do you think that the spherical metallic UFOs are more of a surveillance? And if so, why are they watching us? Check this out. the way that it moves around, and it doesn't look, especially because they're so spherical and seem completely sealed, like it can grab anything for resources. I don't know what it's doing. And stranger still is that they posted another one. This one is from Palm Desert, and this occurred on the 12th of April. And again, just another metallic spherical UFO flying across the sky. What is going on?
95.9.
That's absolutely wild, y'all. I just want answers as to what is going on with the different styles, types of UFOs. I guess each of them, if they're not from a different races, which they might be, that maybe each of them has their own functionality on what exactly it is that they're doing. Now, Wixie also posted this strange long UFO. He's calling it an elongated Tic Tac UFO. Some would say it's more of a cigar because of how long it is, but it's massive. And it's just hovering in the air. Like, how are these things happening and no one's calling in like, hey, what the flip is this? Like, how are you okay with not having these answers? Smash like and check this out. Now, what's wild to me specifically about these cigar-shaped UFOs is that this is not the only one we've seen. Not the only close-up shot, not the only close-up HD video. We've seen these things, and we can prove it, and they still won't give us answers. Like, they're still super vague about it. Like, it is an elongated metallic tube in the sky. What the flip is that? Next, we have a more mysterious, strange video. This comes from UFO Mania, and it showcases a man seemingly teleporting in the middle of broad daylight. This was captured on security camera. Now, the question is this a being that can teleport and shapeshift and looks like us? Or do they just look like us and can teleport? Was this some form of abduction, a possible UFO high up in the atmosphere beaming this person down and we just didn't see it? It's interesting that it happens just as one of the pedestrians turns their head away, and then bam, this person appears. They don't seem to be too concerned. The whole thing is strange. I want to hear your thoughts on what exactly is going on here in the comments below. Check this out. These sightings just get stranger and stranger. And there's another weird one next. We're gonna see these UFO, some are saying orbs or spheres. They look more, I wouldn't say almond shape. They're bulbous, but like pressed in, if that makes sense. You'll see. They look really strange, and they do look like they're lining up or gathering together. It's just a really weird thing to see happening in the sky. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
What the fuck?
You see what I mean about the shape? And what I found weird is how they were like rapidly spinning. What was that about? I mean, we've heard about how sometimes that is how they move and how they generate a force field, or how it could be an optical illusion because of the force field. There's a lot of theories out there. Again, just no solid answers, but that is such a strange video. Now, yesterday we posted a clip that showcased a video article from The Sun that showed a flying disc apparently being shot in Russia. They were trying to shoot it down. We don't really know what the aftermath was. Now, of course, The Sun was, it's like a news program, so we had like the words flashing and the music and like all the extra drama, if you will. But Wixie was able to get a clip of what was going on from someone who was there, actually just recording it from their device. No extra bells and whistles. It is a slightly different angle, so we get a better perspective of how this thing was actually flying around in the sky. And honestly, I feel like this angle only raises more questions. Smash like and check this out.
Ну так будоражит. Блин, зараза.
Now, still, some say it was helicopter, some say it was definitely a UFO. I heard the helicopter sound, so I can't say either way. It definitely looks strange. Like, how was the light spinning around? What the hell was happening with that? Now, do you remember with the New Jersey UFO event that just happened, these things were changing shape. And some people, including police officers and people in the government, in the local government, were saying how they may look like planes, especially when they take the video, but they were not. Like, some of them would change shape to look similar to the stuff that we have. We would only start noticing major flaws when they wouldn't follow FAA regulation, because then, like, hello, red flag. But even then, some of them were either starting to or just trying to mimic our colors. It was wild. So this thing could be anything. Now, a UFO that you won't confuse for a helicopter was captured by Soul Container 45 in San Francisco, September of 2024. This thing looks very odd. Some have likened it to the jellyfish UFO, although I don't think so, just because it's like captured in the way that it's captured doesn't make it like the jellyfish UFO, you know what I mean? But it does remind me of the jetpack man UFO that we've seen in Peru and now in various other places. It's definitely an interesting and strange video. And I want to hear your thoughts about it, so check it out.
This is odd. This is flying over San Francisco, looking south. Looks exactly like a guy on a jetpack. Can't really hear him. He doesn't look very far away, like maybe a quarter of a mile off and 1,000 feet up. It's about the pace he's been moving. Looks like a balloon, maybe. It's odd.
Now, the strangest thing for me was when it was spinning, how when we saw the other side of it, there were like the openings and it almost looked like rings connected together, which made less sense to me. Like, maybe I would have thought, oh, we could come up with some theory of a conventional item that could be, until it turned around and did that. Like, what the hell was that? And it reminds me of this strange UFO that was posted by Imperfect Organism, who says Hey, if the debunkers are saying that these are balloons, you need to tell me where I can get balloons like this, because every time I go to Party City, they tell me to go to hell. Check it out. And that one also reminded me of the strange jetpack man UFO. It just seems to have like a lot more going on, like spikiness. I don't know. I don't know what the hell was happening there. And it brings me back to the question from the beginning of the video. What are these things doing? And are they all from one place, each with a different purpose? Or are these just crafts that we're seeing from a bunch of different species of beings? Or from within the ocean as there are USOs? Like, what is happening? I would say, is it us? But even our government's like, oh yeah, we don't know what's going on. However, they don't seem to be doing anything about it. Like, none of it makes any sense. It's so frustrating.
I love those sightings. As always, I find them all interesting and fascinating in their own way. But I specifically worry about the UFOs that do get close to the commercial airlines, or the UFOs that are flying a little too low. I know the government likes to keep its secrets, but sometimes this endangers us. What if you're on a plane and a UFO hits it? That's crazy. What do you even say about that? What cover up would they say? And the poor family, I can't even think about that. But just the possibility, that is a danger in our skies, and we deserve answers, especially because all of our money goes to taxes, and then All the taxes go to those black budgets, so give us something. Y'all, let me know what you thought in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, smash like. I'll see you in the next one.